Hello folks, and welcome to a very celebratory video. Hey! So, 1 year ago today we started our YouTube channel, The Factories. And I didn't realise how near to Christmas we actually started it. I thought we'd started it a little bit because we did cram a lot of content. We only did 9 Vlogmas videos last year.
Did we not put a few bits on Claire Thackeray before we started our channel though?
We actually did, thank you for reminding me that. We started off with a video, I think it was at Althorpe. Yes, we did.
I think we did Althorpe, and I think we did...
a cruise.
We did the cruise, and then we did somewhere else. And I can't remember where. Not Hever Castle. We did Sandringham.
And Billing... Oh, what was it?
It's that little pretty castle, isn't it? Over the A1. I can't remember what it's called. We saw the Lord, didn't we? Can't you remember?
No, that was actually on our own channel.
Beaver.
No, we saw that on our own channel.
Okay.
It wasn't actually the Lord we saw, but the Lady of the Manors.
Oh, it was Fancy Man.
Fancy Man.
Yeah.
Only me and Gary. So I just read her biography, so I knew that they had a separate marriage with separate wings and separate lives, and that we saw the Fancy Man, didn't we?
Yeah, we saw the Fancy Man. Yeah. Said hello. Yeah, he said hello to me. He was a nice bloke. All right.
And then Christmas time, we just decided to set up a channel, an independent channel.
Can't get into this.
Look, you can't get into that, can you? No. Do you want me to get my nails involved in that?
You might have to. It's a very expensive foil because it's like really.
Sometimes you get like what's it called, a bottle opener. You get the metal thing and you.
Yeah, it's usually a pull. There is a pull.
We're currently away for the weekend, visiting family in Leeds. So this is actually we did say we'd do a live, but this is a pre-film.
Yeah. It's a bit awkward to do a live for this, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's 2 weeks in a row I've struggled to open a bottle of fizz.
On camera. Yeah, so then we set up this YouTube channel and we've enjoyed it, haven't we? We've done lots of content. We have done a lot of travelling as well for it. We're finding our feet with it now because I've got used to having my own channel, but this channel had such a variety on it. It was like working out what works and what doesn't work.
Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. -1, -2.
Ooh, God. Hey. God,
No, I don't want to...
Careful, because I know you can be a bit ballistic when you're pouring. Ooh.
Glug, 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 glug. That's all you're getting?
For now.
It smells nice. Very fizzy. Ooh.
I actually thought you were going to leave that bottle on the bed.
What, like that? I'm waiting for the fizz to go down. Yours has poured out really nice, but mine's gone. It's usually the first glass that fizzes right up. Yeah. It's usually the first glass that fizzes right up. Do you want a bit of a top up?
No, we need a proper barman in here.
Oh, he's in a proper man then. Shocking. So we got a ice bucket, didn't we? And it's done a treat.
Yes, so congratulations to us.
Chin chin.
There you go. And thank you to everyone that has supported us, followed us, liked, shared, commented, had a laugh with us, stayed with us along the way.
Yeah.
Enjoyed the natters, enjoyed the randomness of it all.
Yeah, for the comments, the emojis, all that. Yeah. The fun of the fair. It's been a good ride this year. We might do a wrap-up natter and talk about the year. Or is that what we're going to do for the live? I can't remember.
I think we can do a bit of anything. You know, it goes a bit random. A bit on a tangent does this channel, doesn't it?
It does.
We started off as well doing books as well. I did, didn't I? Doing book content. And then I realised I needed to swap some channel stuff around. And I decided to turn one channel into a booktube channel. So that's separate now, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I'm actually glad of that because I feel I've got more freedom to do book stuff with that. And I've got lots of plans for booktube next year on that other channel. And we've got lots of plans for this one, haven't we?
Yes, we've got plenty of plans. Watch this space.
Yeah. More interactive vlogs, more natters. Yes. And we're getting better at planning in things as well, rather than and managing our time a little better. With you working for me, well, working with me, not for me.
Yeah.
Working alongside me on a Monday and a Friday, it means we've got more leg room to do things.
Yeah.
Like, what is that face for?
Just laughing.
Like, we're realising that a lot of these places that we're going to are rammed during the weekend and evenings. Absolutely rammed. And there's like Chatsworth is well, it's not just kind of beautiful, it is a beautiful house, but you cannot film and get the proper effect because it's rammed with full of people. So going to see these places on a Monday.
Yeah, we're going to try midweek, aren't we?
Yeah.
We've got Mondays and Fridays where we've got potential to go to places and do better films where we're not trying to constantly avoid people and get people in the shot and just try and get a bit more less pacier videos where you're trying to do the videos really quickly just to get out of people's way, and you end up with very rushed shots and it doesn't go well. And I think Chatsworth, I cut a lot of footage out because I just wasn't happy with the footage we got because it's just too busy. Way too busy.
Yeah, but it is what it is.
It's nice, isn't it?
It is, it's very fizzy.
Oh, fruity. Oh.
It's right up back in ours.
Oh, it's sweet.
Nice though.
Yeah.
What's been your favourite video?
Favourite video? Oh, now you're asking. I think I like the Harry Potter train.
Oh yeah.
Quite enjoyed that. It was a good trip. I mean, it was a bit disappointing because it's quite overgrown.
Yes.
And we got on the train because they've had to sidetrack some of their carriages because they weren't they didn't meet health and safety requirements.
And it's not the experience it actually claims to be. Yeah.
It's not. We went first class, and it wasn't the first class experience you'd expect because it wasn't the proper carriages.
No.
It wasn't like the what's it called?
Like the fine dining experience that you're meant to get and you don't actually.
No, we got an after tea in a cardboard box.
Yeah.
So you're expecting a nice pot of tea and nice china mugs and plates and
as it claims on the website, but you didn't get that.
And we just, it was just like being on an intercity train in second class. To be honest, considering you paid that extra money for first, God knows what normal class was like. It was just like a commuter train in the 1980s.
With a first class like stamp thing, like a cover thing on the headrest behind you.
Yeah, they're just literally the only key to first class was they put the little head cover on to say it was first class. They didn't clean the windows.
Oh.
Why did I like that video? I don't know.
I'm trying to...
It was a nice experience on the steam train.
I'm trying to think of the one I've liked. If there's one, because there is. I did like that one.
Don't watch our content. It's
I know.
Rubbish.
Honestly, it's. I think because I used to it can get quite overwhelming when you're filming as well, and you can feel the pressure of filming as well, especially in these places. I actually did like doing the Sandringham one because I liked the man that did the tour. It
was good.
I really enjoyed that one.
I don't think it transferred as a vlog. I think I could have done it better, but I was very inexperienced.
It was very early days,
videos, wasn't it? So yeah, it would have been a hard one to put together, but I think we could have done it better justice.
Yeah. And I liked the hotel that we stayed in afterwards, Congham Hall. I liked the experience of Sandringham. I liked the afternoon tea bit. I liked Congham Hall. And I liked the Fingal.
Oh, the Fingal, yeah. I forgot
the
about
Fingal
the
was nice, wasn't it?
It was night and day to the hotel we stopped in the night before. The Best Western outside of Edinburgh. Ooh, yes.
Oh, God.
The worst night's sleep in the world.
That hotel was awful.
No, yeah. It wasn't good, was it? I mean,
I liked Lallybrock as well. I'm still gutted over that Outlander series.
What? That it's crap?
Yeah. That first book, I've actually started watching a few more booktubers, and it's actually not uncommon for this. A lot of them are talking about this one particular girl. I can't remember her name because I'm new to her, and I've not actually done her on my booktube channel because I've just done a recommendation. So she'll come when I do a future one, and she was actually saying it's not uncommon to have this experience where you start a series and you love the first book and you love it. You get the second one, you get the third book, you get the fourth book, and that sometimes that first book holds something that they just can't, the author just can't replicate, and she can't for me.
Well, the thing is, I can remember we watched the first 2 seasons, I think, and I got bored.
Yeah.
It was the same old, wasn't it? And it kind of finished after the first. Was it the first season or the second, where she actually got back?
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, you watch these TV programs and stuff. They never get back, do they?
No.
They never get back. They're always stuck, because that's the story, isn't it? That's the story of them being stuck back in time. But it actually got back, and it's like, well, what's the story after this?
To be fair to the author, actually, that was one of the bits I actually found interesting and liked, that she goes back and she tries to have a life with Frank Randall until Frank Randall dies, and then she works her way back to Scotland. And
Spoiler alert!
I know.
I didn't know that. He dies. You just ruined the entire series for me. No, I'm not going to bother reading it.
No, don't be stupid, Gary. Anyway, then she ends up. You know how it goes, and it's like, again, I loved that bit. And I loved that bit about meeting the historian and going over to the Stones again and learning about the. I loved it, but it just went downhill fast when she goes through the Stones again.
The trouble is, she started it halfway through the story, so she arrived not that long before Culloden, and it's like there weren't. I don't want to disparage in Scottish history, but not much happened after that period. You know what I mean? That was like the obliteration of the clans. You know what I mean? Was Culloden, and that was it. You know what I mean? And then, you know, I don't think much. Yeah, exactly. I don't think much happened. You know what I mean? After that, so where do you go from there? She has to leave Scotland, doesn't she? You know what I mean? She has to change the story. She has to change the narrative. But it just seemed, I don't know, naive as an author, in my opinion. Because you look at a series that I really like, the Last Kingdom series by Bernard Cornwell, and that starts at the beginning of where the Vikings come, and they're only just marauders and they're just Vikings, but then they suddenly want to start settling England, and then you've got the start of the Alfred story, and it goes through the Alfred to Edward. You know what I mean? And there's a lot there, and you can move the history through, and every book moves through the story and the history of that time and in that place with all those characters. Those are the ones I like, where you can really make a meal of that situation. Yeah. But it's almost, well, I've not seen it, but you explain she actually goes through the American Civil War. Yeah.
I was listening to a podcast. It's called Rock, Paper, Swords, I think it's called, and it's Matthew Harfit and Stephen A. Mackay, and I actually quite like their podcast. And they were interviewing a publisher who's also a writer, I can't remember the name, and she actually said, because they were talking about George R. Martin, and George R. Martin has a team of people that have to read his books. She said, because what you do, because they were talking about something similar in how to keep the momentum of a series going, especially for him, because there's so many characters apparently, and there's...
Oh, you not watch Games of Thrones?
No. And she said really he has to have a team of people that read it constantly to keep him, but apparently also he has a very good brain, and he can go like that about any character. So if you met him in the street and said, I don't know, whatever, he would be able to tell you that about that character. And she said, not many authors can. And she said, actually, that's a problem with a lot of these big trilogies and book series, that if they're not into their characters, they can lose it, and especially and she said it's like the book 4 or 5 mark where it can be lost.
Well, they kind of almost forget what the character did in an earlier book.
Yeah.
And then they kind of make a mistake because of that, which, you know, can be a bit irritating. Or you get authors that just kind of repeat what's happened in other books. So they're constantly repeating the story. And as you get into book 5, that repetition gets longer. It's almost, it becomes like a paragraph to a chapter. You know what I mean? Of this is what's happened in all the other books. And it's almost like their memoir of what's happened to the character.
Yeah, so it's interesting.
We've moved into BookTube.
No, it's fine. I think a lot of people that watch me on BookTube and like books anyway. That's why people... we're already thinking about things we can do in Christmas 2025, like Haworth does some great things at Christmas. So yeah.
Yeah, we've got some ideas, haven't we? It's a long way off yet now. We've got plenty to do before then.
Yeah. Got a cruise booked for 2025, so we'll tell you more about that nearer the time, an Icelandic cruise.
Yeah, that should be good. I'm really looking forward to that.
And we're already talking about...
bucket list territory, isn't it?
We're talking about different videos to do, different natters that we can do. More...
We're up in now with that. You're right, we're fizzy.
Yeah. More
Pardon me.
hiccups.
I don't know if it picked up on the mic.
More vlogs where we're actually in the house, because actually sometimes I think those can be the best ones, where you're watching people pottering, doing a bit of gardening. There's going to be some cleaning stuff that we're going to be doing, where we're doing a film where watch a film as cleaning, where we film ourselves cleaning, and we share products that we're using, because we're trying to go on to more natural things.
Me again.
We are starting to realise, because I've always, don't judge me, I've always laughed at people that have gone toxins in cleaning materials. That isn't until this year, but I now can really feel it and sense it.
Yeah.
If I use, like the kitchen spray we still use is a toxin, and I can feel it, and like the furniture polish that we still use. Once that's all gone, like the furniture polish, I'm going to use Purdy Fig.
Beg your pardon.
Purdy's for Purdy Fig or something. You'll all know what it is.
I didn't know whether to say beg your pardon or bless you.
It's 2 women that got sick of toxins and using loads of bottles, so they devised a system with oils and stuff of cleaning. So yeah,
we shall see.
There's all that to do, and more unboxings and. Do you know what I nearly said then?
What?
I nearly said when we move house as well.
That
was a psychic moment coming through then, wasn't it? I actually had to stop myself saying that. Just to say, we're not moving house.
I hate these psychic moments, because
You
it starts
actually
my
hate
heart
it.
aflutter now.
Because
have we done the moving house video? Have we done the move? We haven't done that one, have we? We've been planning that for years.
moving.
The
No, we have.
house
Yeah, the tips and tricks of house moving. You do when I come out with something, you go a bit.
Yeah, house moving. Yeah, that's one we'll definitely talk about another time.
Yeah.
And the issues that you can get with house moving.
Yeah.
And we probably haven't had that big issues, but
We
it's
haven't.
still such a stressful time.
Oh God.
Especially when you want to move it quickly. But that'll be another video.
Yeah.
Definitely. Probably 7 hours long.
Yeah, but it's good though. Isn't it?
Yeah.
What tips and tricks can we do? Tips and tricks of, we've done wedding, house moving.
I'm sure we'll think of other things.
Tips and tricks of setting your own YouTube channel up.
Interesting.
Because one of the things I found was when I first set up my channel is a lot of people don't want to share. You'll get YouTubers that actually their whole channel is about doing that, but they're not really trustworthy, because they're all about selling tech and stuff like that, and they can go a bit over your head. But a lot of YouTubers, for some reason, don't like to share the tips of the trade, and they don't want to share about the videos that they do that they get wrong and things that can come up. And I think that's needed, especially for many people that are looking to set up a channel. So we could do that, tips and tricks of setting up a YouTube channel.
Yeah, we could do, definitely. Some of the mistakes that we've made, not having microphones.
Yeah.
Swishing.
Swishing with your camera, which
we still do now and again. I've got to say,
it's not as bad as what I saw on YouTube. It's not like that.
No,
that was just.
It's really difficult not to do. I've got to admit, because when you're out and about, you just want to get that video done.
Yeah.
And especially when it's busy, and you think you're getting in people's way, but sometimes you just got to be sodom. I'll do the video. They can wait a minute. It's not going to be the end of the world. You know what I mean? And you got to get past the politeness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To some degree. What?
Tips and tricks of online dating.
Online dating, oh God.
I think that is what we could do. Because I think a lot of people are lost with that. And we met on online dating. Plenty of fish.
Plenty of fish, yeah. I think the problem is with online dating, there's too many chances out there.
Yeah.
As it were. There's too many people that just want it for sex.
Yes.
And there's too many people that are pretending to be what they're not. And it's very difficult. And there's a lot of people don't know what they want.
Yes, but you can get that anywhere. You can get that in a pub, you can get that in a workplace.
Yeah,
I
but
think
I think it just becomes a bit more on it. It's almost like people are in a library trying to pick the best book.
Yeah.
Rather than actually looking at the book and seeing the contents of the book.
Yeah.
And realising a book's a decent book.
Oh, a decent book.
A decent book, but then they'll just get in, anyhow, you know what I mean?
Well, don't you think, back to books, off we go, don't you think that with the conversation I've been telling you about, a couple of YouTubers that I've been watching, about reading deeply and taking your time with a book,
I need to sit back. Sorry. Oh.
That as human beings, as human beings right now, everything is all about fast. We're all guilty of it. Fast driving, fast eating, fast relationships, fast, everything's...
Yeah. Unless you go to McDonald's and it's not very fast.
So, yeah.
Joking.
So good.
Sorry, I'm trying to get comfy without...
God, my knee just cracked then. So, yeah.
Burping again with this Prosecco.
Tips and tricks. You're getting a bit of a state with it, Prosecco, aren't you, Gary?
It's too fizzy.
Still.
Too fizzy. Nice, though.
Yes. So yeah, tips and tricks of online dating, which I think's needed.
Quite possibly.
Because I think you hear all the horror stories out there and you don't hear all the successes. I was on it for years and yeah, I could, there's some crazy stories. When I was doing the rapping, I think I said something about me doing videos about my crazy stories.
Oh, shit.
What other tips and tricks could we do?
Don't know. Sorry, but still burping.
Oh
I don't know.
God, you've got yourself in the right pickle, haven't you?
I have, yeah.
You know what's happening? You're trying to stop it, so it's making it worse.
Yeah, I am. I'm bottling it up and it's like... Right, I'm going to stop drinking for a little bit.
So, now that Gary has pulled himself together, tips and tricks. Think of tips and tricks, and my eyes are watering now.
Yep, I'm sure we can think of stuff.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments what you'd like to see on the channel going forward. Also, more natters.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll natter about out, won't we? Out and out. Out and out.
I think as well...
Might do that, an out and out natter.
Oh, God. What was I going to say? We could do stuff on current affairs-ish, depending on what it is.
It's, yeah.
Current affairs. But I think current affairs...
There can be two.
Videos...
One way or the
can
other, yeah.
Really become... People don't see what goes on in the comment section, put it that way. And it's not a good place to be at the minute out there. There's just certain topics that just...
They're very divisive, hasn't they? And it's not great being in the middle, as it were.
There's a great group of people in the middle. There are a great group of people in the middle that get it, see it and understand it from both perspectives. But then you've got those two groups. And those two groups are beyond horrific. It's beyond horrific. It's actually quite scary.
Yeah.
And that just ruins it. And people say, oh, well, don't let it. But it's actually quite scary. There's even like rumours on YouTube that police are involved with some creators because of the threats they've had. And it's...
Yeah, it's not fun.
No.
And it's just not worth it.
And I think
Really isn't.
and I think as well, sometimes it can be triggering when people are feeling vulnerable, when they like you and they trust you, and you start to do a video on something, and you may say something that triggers them. It's not because they're a trigger merchant that is always triggered. It's because they're feeling vulnerable and wounded, and your safe space that you provide is ruined. Do you know what I mean?
I think so, yeah. Gone a bit above my head, I've got to admit.
It's gone a bit philosophical, this has gone straight onto Claire Thackeray territory.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean, though?
I kind of know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes these kind of things, it takes me a minute to get it.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm trying to stop
You
myself
could,
burping.
like, say, for example, on my other channel, say, when I used to do that type of stuff, a certain person may actually get a nice positive card. But if that certain person has done a lot of bad things, that can really trigger people that are triggered by it. Or people that are actually feeling vulnerable. And they can struggle to process that. Well, how can that person that's done that, said that, whatever, get such a nice card? And that can bring up a whole host of things.
I think even the nastiest people in the world have had a nice thing happen to them at some point in their life.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's probably why that comes up sometimes.
Yeah.
And you just don't want to hear it because it's like, oh God, Adolf Hitler got 5 out of 5 for one of his essays when he was at school. You know what I mean? Probably precursor to Mein Kampf. But you know, these things happen. You know what I mean? I can remember watching I think it was a Grand Tour, and they were in Russia. I think they were in Russia, and they went to Stalin's childhood home.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And they were sat in this little room, this old room, and they were saying, Stalin sat there, the man who killed millions of people. And it's like,
Well,
at some point he was just a little child. Was he that despot dictator then? I don't know.
who knows?
Who knows?
I don't know anything about him, so I just have no idea.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know.
I've always said, whoever is a devil to you, there will be somebody out there who they are the angel to. And whoever is your angel that you love and admire with all your heart, whether it's somebody in your personal life, your work life, or your family life, will be a devil to somebody else. And that's just how it works. So, which is why you get such extreme, because some people can really see the good in someone, and some people, it's a complex one.
Yeah, and you know, everybody can't agree with everybody all the time.
No.
It's never going to happen. You know what I mean? We're going to like stuff that other people don't like. And it's like, you know, football's a ultimate situation. You can be a Liverpool fan and a Man United fan. You can be best mates in the world. But when you're watching them two teams play each other, you get a bit, you know what I mean? Because you've got that love for each side and you hate the other side almost. You know what I mean? In these terms. And I'm sure there's other sporting analogies in American football and ice hockey and all those kind of things where teams just really don't like each other. And the fans don't like each other.
So, yeah.
So we've really digressed back. So we've gone from BookTube to Claire Thackeray.
Yeah. We could talk about past things. Give that video we did on the Titanic. We could do similar stuff on other stuff.
We could do anything you want.
Well, you know, different wars, the World War One, Kennedy assassination.
The world's actually our oyster on this one. We can do what we want.
It really is.
Within reason.
Yeah, within reason. Allegedly, nod, wink, wink, wink. Yes. So, it's been a ride, hasn't it?
It has been a good journey for the year. Have you enjoyed our journey? Have you enjoyed coming along on the ride with us? Have you just joined us? Have you been with us halfway? Let us know.
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
Let us know how you're getting on.
Oh.
Let us know what we can do better. We're willing to change things if we think it makes it better. We've changed a lot in a year, I think.
Yeah.
From literally just plopping some videos together, some clips, and putting a bit of narration over the top to having a bit of theme tunes and a bit of video graphics and all those kind of things, and nice segues and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just gradually building up, isn't it? And building it with confidence.
Yeah.
And just think what we could be doing in a year's time.
Yeah, very interesting.
I'm also thinking about doing vlogs of Coronation Street set and Emmerdale set. Not that I watch the soaps, but I think they'll be fun and interesting.
Could do.
Everybody, people like different things.
We do.
And I think that Coronation Street one, I think both of them can be interesting actually.
I've always fancied going to Home Firth.
Yeah.
And doing the last of the summer wine.
I'm sure even East...
Get me woolly hat.
God, oh yeah, Home Firth, last of the summer wine. And there's Heartbeat Country as well. Highclere Castle, that no matter what we try and do, we can't get to Highclere Castle, can we? I've been years ago. I went with my friend Lynn. But we cannot, since getting together, we cannot get to Highclere Castle.
No, it's either closed or it's
diversions
fully
on.
booked, or we just can't get there, can we?
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Every time we've gone, it's been either fully booked or closed.
Yeah.
And it's the same. I think this time when we're going to be down that neck of the woods, I think it's closed.
Oh, I've just had an idea as well.
What?
The Beatles houses, John Lennon's and Paul McCartney's.
We could do the tour that we never did. In the Rolls Royce.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But there's a Beatles tour that they go in like a. I think it's a more modern Rolls Royce, isn't it?
John Lennon's Rolls Royce.
It's painted like John Lennon's Rolls Royce with all the fancy colours, sargenty peppery kind of colours. And we went on a cruise to Liverpool after the COVID because we couldn't leave the country, so it was literally Southampton to Liverpool and back, wasn't it? But when we booked it, we thought, oh, that'd be fantastic, we'll do this Beatles tour in this nice Rolls Royce, and I paid for it all.
Oh, I was raging.
And we found out we couldn't leave the ship's bubble, COVID bubble, so we couldn't actually go on our personal tour. We could only go on ship's tours.
And actually our own personal tour would have been safer. Not that back then we were all into that safe thing. Now I can see beyond it, yes. But our trip was safer because it was just us in a car than the ship's trip that was going into a big museums all over the place. And when I explained that to the fella on Cunard, he was like, "Well, the rules are rules."
They just wanted to sell their ship tour.
It was
nothing
livid.
to do with COVID whatsoever. They didn't want anybody else going off on their own. You literally could not get off the ship and walk around Liverpool on your own. You had to get a ship's tour to get off the ship.
That was horrible, that cruise.
It was money making at its very worst, in my opinion. Which at the time you could have thought, well, it's best intentions, but was it really?
Hindsight's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, was it really? I don't know.
It is. It is a wonderful thing.
Yeah. Very disappointing, considering we'd not really left the country, and you could, if we wanted to, we could have driven to Liverpool and back and just done that tour. There were no restrictions on travel then, were they?
No.
Because we drove to Southampton. Yeah. So we could have gone to, we could have literally, it would have been easier for us to drive from Leeds to Liverpool than drive to Leeds to Southampton and done the tour on our own, and it would have been fine. But no, Cunard said no.
Oh yeah, and it was just
shame. But
it was constant mask wearing. I did not realise how bad it would be. It was just horrific. If you stood up or you weren't eating, you had your mask on. And
that was ice.
Oh God. COVID, please. Anyway, we've got to be careful.
What?
I've just remembered.
You said the C word.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yes, it was bad. It was naivety, wasn't it? And it was just, oh yes, it was horrible. It wasn't horrible. It was, wasn't it?
It was
because
disappointing.
You not only had that, but you had people judging you, and you got to a stage where you just couldn't. What kind of anyway? Done.
Yeah, it's just the way we were programmed to live our lives at that time. Well,
yeah.
We were, weren't we?
Because
We were told you have to keep your distance, wash your hands, wear your mask, and, you know, I don't know.
I know. But that cruise was horrific because you literally could not take your mask off unless you were eating. Even I think when you were out on deck, you were reading your Kindle like. Oh, anyway.
Yeah. It is what it is, isn't it?
But yeah, we could do that. We could do a weekend. We could do it for what?
Go to the match.
Liverpool. He's a Liverpool fan, you know. Glory supporter here is our Gary.
Glory?
Yeah.
I supported Liverpool in the 90s where we won nothing.
You should be supporting Leeds United.
No. Bully boys are filthy. What?
Gary, learn about the internet.
What? What are you on about? You've all seen bloody Brian Clough's story at Leeds. The Damned United. Did anybody watch the Damned United? One of the best football managers in the world went to Leeds United, tried to stamp his really good footballing brain on Leeds United. They weren't interested, they just wanted to foul everybody.
I think we should do the Liverpool thing for our anniversary, our meeting anniversary in May, 10 years. Because we met in May 2015, so I think we should do the Liverpool. Because we've been thinking, what should we do? What should we do?
Could do.
Do the Liverpool one then.
Quite possibly. Stop at the Delphi.
No. We'll find somewhere else to stop.
Sorry.
And we can do the John and Paul's. I'm sorry, I'm joking. I'm being naughty by doing that. I went Paul's house. I am joking.
It was Paul's house.
There is a rumour though, depending how far down the rabbit hole you want to go, that's not Paul. But I actually don't believe.
No, but it was Paul's house. It might not have been.
That Paul's house.
It was the 1960s Paul's house.
What, do you believe that there's a different Paul?
Eh? What are you on about?
That there's a different Paul McCartney?
I don't know, maybe.
Again, you'll never know, will you? Also, that house is meant to be the... Anyway, it's Paul's house.
Paul's house.
Is it a council house, that one, that Paul lived in?
I think so.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. But they're all National Trust, aren't they?
Yeah.
You have to book them.
Yeah, I think you can get a ferry. Not a ferry, but a shuttle.
You definitely get a ferry in Liverpool.
Yeah, we can do that.
Although you have to pay King Charles to cross the Mersey.
Don't go into that documentary on here. We watched that documentary.
Ferry across the Mersey and give King Charles all your money.
That was really... But anyway, moving on swiftly, Gary, come on.
I was shocked.
I was shocked. I was just frozen in time watching that documentary.
Because they wanted to redevelop the docks, weren't they? And they couldn't redevelop it properly because they had to pay King Charles so they could go... Were they about to build a tunnel or a bridge or something?
I don't know.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So Liverpool, yeah. Liverpool whack, you're right.
That's why Liverpool doesn't have a big respect for the monarchy.
Yeah, you've told me this, haven't you? That every time Liverpool play, that they don't sing the King's Anthem or something.
Yeah. They're not. We won't go into
Or is it
that.
the boo and stuff or whatever?
Yeah, there's no great respect for the monarchy in Liverpool at times.
Is that to do with the accident?
No. I wouldn't have said so. That was Maggie Thatcher.
Yeah. Maggie Thatcher, milk snatcher. Yeah.
But no, there's plenty of other reasons we won't go into.
Oh, I'm intrigued. After time we've put the camera off. Interesting. So yeah, let us again comment below of any other areas, any other houses that you think would be interesting. I mean, we won't get it all filled in 2025. Excuse me, but it'd be fill out a book and stuff and.
Fill out a book.
Like write down lists of homes and stuff that people recommend.
Oh right, okay.
Because sometimes word of mouth's better than looking online, and sometimes you actually get houses that you didn't even know about. You can't even really find online and stuff. And
we have talked about Cornwall at some point next year, haven't we, as well? So
yeah.
Anybody's got any ideas of Cornwall where we could potentially go?
Yes, let us know.
That could be a good thing as well. But we're not sure yet.
Yeah.
This is a long drive.
It is, isn't it?
It's a long drive. Although Scotland was a long drive as well.
Well, I think it's own distance, isn't
Well,
it?
it probably is, yeah.
You can do it, you split it up though.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like a howling wind coming down
Yeah,
from somewhere.
I don't know if it's just the wind coming through the air conditioning or whether the storms are coming back or not.
I've heard that the storms may be coming back. But
Don't know.
interesting. So is that it?
Is that it? Are we going to wrap up?
Yeah.
Are we going to have a chill?
We're going to have a chill and we will say thank you for watching.
Yes,
thank you
thank
for
you very
following
much.
us. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your laughs. Thank you for the shares.
Yeah, because it won't be the channel it is without having a bit of a laugh.
No, it wouldn't.
Because that's what it is. We're just having a bit of a laugh. We're enjoying life. We're having new experiences, going to see places. Hopefully the best of places. We also see the worst of places. But again, that's all in the laugh of it. And we just have, a bit of fun. And that's what it's all about. And I hope that's what you see. And we hope we continue to give you those bit of funs and bit of laughs and a bit of our reality.
Well, you said that right. Yeah.
What? I didn't.
You did. Like, our reality.
Didn't?
Did.
That's the alcohol.
Wish you only had a glass, going.
I know, I'm lightweight though, aren't I?
Bless you. Okay. Thank you for watching. Please do like, comment, share and subscribe. And if you've enjoyed the Vlogmas 24, but you weren't here to join us for 23, that playlist is still up there. I'll leave it on. I'll leave it on for the Vlogmas is on for about a couple of years, and then take them off as we start to.
Yeah, because I was on my Christmas do, and a colleague was asking about what we did, and I mentioned that we went to Doddington Hall at the weekend, and you could see the difference because they do it different every year.
Yeah.
So it's like you can see the difference from year to year. It's not like you go to the same place and it's just decorated exactly the same as it was last year, because that'd just be dull and boring, wouldn't it? But it's it's really good to see what the difference is. You're able to see what it was like in 2023 and now what it's like in 2024. So that's good.
Yeah. And we will see you at the other side of this anniversary.
Yes. Let's see how we get on.
And we're nearly at that final mark of Vlogmas.
Yeah, we can just.
It's all about Vlogmas is all about stacking videos up, isn't it? And it's nice to come down on Boxing Day and go and have just a week of breather from content.
Yeah.
Even though Claire Thackeray's will still be content in it away.
And we might do a Natter.
Yeah.
We'll slow it down, and it might be another 2 or 3 days before we get another video out, and then it's New Year.
Yeah.
And we do a New Year kind of Happy New Year chat and.
Oh, I'll tell you what we could do on an Natter on here. You probably won't be interested in this, but we could talk about the Fury fight.
Oh yeah.
I'll be interested in that more than you are, because I do like boxing. It's a bit of a weird thing about me. I don't know where it comes from. it is weird. I think I grew up with two brothers, so.
We won't be watching it this time though, will we?
No.
Oh, it's a shame really, because I think it'll be a better fight this time.
Yeah.
But hey ho.
Yeah, it's like hit him, hit him, hit him. It gets a bit.
It gets a bit vicious.
Anyway, thanks for watching. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
We're definitely going this time. So long.